Okay, we continue on reading the Epistle of James, and we were, I think, up to verse 9, which we had to stop in the middle there. So, in aute, this is feminine, it's referring back to blows of the tongue. So, with it, notice this interesting use of en in this epistle as well. So with it, eulogumen, we bless the Lord and Father, and with it, kat aromatha. This is from kat araamai. Kat and then araamai, which is to curse. So we curse men, those whom, the tus goes with the gegonatas, those having been born, those having been created, kath homoiosis, in the likeness of God, in the image of God. So in verse 10, eulogia, blessing, and kat ara, there's the noun from the verb. It's typical of these catchwords that he constantly uses, where he'll introduce a verb and then use the noun a bit later on. So blessing and curse come from the same mouth. Notice you've got the autu in between the article and the noun, so that means the same. Ukre, it is not necessary, my brethren, for tauta these things genesthai hutos, to be thus. Mati is expect a question, introducing a question, expecting the answer no. This is a post-classical word. Used to just, in classical, you just get may. Now you get this mati. No real difference between them. So the page is a spring. Then it's a question. Surely it is not possible for a spring, now there's the verb, that a spring brue gushes forth. It's another poetic word. It's nowhere else in biblical Greek, but it's a good classical word in poetry. The spring gushes forth, togluku, the sweet and the bitter. So sweet water, potable water, and bitter water, brackish water. Ektes, autes, opes, from the same hole, ope. Only here in the New Testament, but it's again perfectly good classical word. From the same hole, and we get the autes is between the article and the noun, so it means the same. Again, we get now just an ordinary may with a question, expecting the answer no. It is not possible, my brothers, my brethren. So surely it is not possible, my brothers, for now this is tricky here. We're getting two words here. We get suke, which is a fig tree, and we're getting, and sukon is the fig, and we're getting both of these words. So suke, a fig tree, and sukon, a fig. So surely it is not possible, my brothers, for a suke, a fig tree, poiese, literally to make, so to produce, Elias, olives, or for an amphilos, a vineyard, understand, to produce, this is the plural of this one, neuter plural, figs. So we're getting both of these words here cleverly used. Ute, nor, understand, is it possible, from above, for halukon, this is salt water, so perhaps refers to the salt springs, for salt water to produce gluku hude, sweet water, that is potable water, drinking water. Okay, next section then, tis sophos kai, and we get these again rhetorical questions. We had one a bit earlier on, and we're going to get more of these rhetorical questions in here. Tis sophos kai epistemon en humin. Who is wise? And an epistemo. Epistemai is I know, is the verb. This is the noun. It's perfectly good classical. It's only here in the New Testament and fairly rare, I think only a few times in the Septuagint. So who is wise and knowledgeable, en humin, among you? Dexato is from deiknumi. So this is the aorist imperative. So let him show it, let him demonstrate it, ek by means of a good anastrophes. This means a way of life or conduct. It's common enough in the New Testament. Let him show by a good way of life his works in humility of wisdom. The genitive there. Eidet tselon pikron ekete. But if you have, tselon can mean jealousy, but probably here it's more in the sense of zeal or fanaticism, and pikron is harsh or bitter. So if you have harsh zeal and erytheia, selfish ambition, it's listed elsewhere as one of the sins in the New Testament. So in I think in Romans. So selfish ambition in your heart. Do not katakouos there. Do not boast of it. So do not pride yourself in it. And pseudes there. Again, these are all imperatives after may. Do not play false against the truth. Do not act deceitfully against the truth. Ugest in harte he Sophia. Notice the accent on esti. It is not, so this is not the wisdom which comes down from kat erkamai, anothen from above, but it is epigeos, it is earthy. You can see epi and you see that gay root there. It is earthy, psychike, natural, perhaps sensual. Daimoniodes, a very, very rare word pertaining to demons or devilish. Hopugatselos, for where there is zeal, and so fanaticism, and erytheia, selfish ambition, there is akatastasia. Now we had this word earlier. We had up here akatastaton up here as an adjective, an unstable evil. And now we're getting the abstract noun akatastasia, which I'll translate as instability. So there is instability and every evil matter. But the wisdom, anothen from above, proton men, and we'd expect a debt, but we don't get it. We get a pater as the balancing part here. So where the wisdom from above, firstly it is holy, and then eranike, it is peaceful, epierkes, reasonable or moderate, eupathes, obedient, meste elius, full of pity, full of mercy, and of good fruits. Diakritos, we've had that forms of that word before, meaning unwavering, literally undivided, so unwavering or wholehearted. And then we get unhypokritos, you can see the hypokritos there, and this is alpha privative negating it with a nu to join it on, so without hypocrisy. Karpos there, but the fruit of righteousness, in fact this looks like a proverb, this last sentence here, but the fruit of righteousness is sown, passive from spero, enerene, in peace, tois poius in erene, for the ones who practice, the ones who make or do peace, so those who practice peace. And that is the end of chapter 3.